This one is for direct quotes. The term out of sight, out of mind is defined as something forgotten or dismissed as important if it does not directly in our view. We as a nation have the tendency not to pay attention to issues of our nation if it doesn't affect us directly. That is why we have a problem with housing. A lot of people in our nation do not have adequate housing. Philippians 2:4 says, "Let each of you not only to his own interest, but also to the interest of others." That's why I have chosen Habitat for Humanity. I have volunteered for Habitat for Humanity for 11 years. In that time, I've spoken with numerous families who say how they can't afford to live in adequate housing. And then the same testimonies are given by those people who say Habitat for Humanity has made it possible for them to obtain things that they would have never been able to obtain on their own. The United States has a deep issue with housing. 95 million Americans do not have adequate housing. The reason for that is government funding is not available. 14.5 million people qualify for government housing, for government assistance, but only 4.1 million actually receive it. The difference is large. That difference are the people who have no homes, who are homeless. There are 4 major reasons for this problem. Homes are overcrowded. The number of people that live in a house compared to the amount of room in the house. There are lots of people that live. Have you ever been around a person who has a 2-bedroom with 4 kids? It's crowded. About 6.1 million households are overcrowded in the United States today. Another reason, our families are paying a large percentage of their income out to housing costs. They can't afford to live in houses. More than 13 million households pay more than 50% of their income just to live. 5.1 million households make less than 50% of the area median. How can you afford to live in a house if you're making less than what it takes to live in a house? Affordable housing is hard to obtain. For every 100 low-income families, there are only 76 available units. Where does that leave the other 24%? The 4th reason our families are residing in homes that have physical inadequacies. That means no utilities, no gas, no water, no electricity. There are even homes that have no working toilets, no refrigerators. More than 2 million units have severe physical inadequacies. That's a lot of homes. That's a lot of people that are living in substandard environments. 1 out of every 4 families is living in a home with these severe physical inadequacies. Why should we be concerned about this? Adequate housing affects the family as a whole. First of all, it provides stability for children. Research shows that children who live in stable homes have a better chance of education. They're more focused at school. They pay more attention. Of those same children, the better education they get, the greater impact they will have on society. Housing expert Lisa Hashler says, "Childhood is a precious time when our experience shapes the adults we become, but children who grow up in bad housing are robbed of their future." Robbed of their future. Those are strong terms. Do we want our children to be robbed of their future? Another reason for adequate housing is it improves the health of the family. Clean, warm housing sets the environment to prevent the contracting and the spreading of disease. What can we do about this? Well, Habitat for Humanity has already set the stone. Habitat for Humanity builds and renovates homes. They make sure that these homes are adequate for the family. That is, working utilities, they take away the physical inadequacies, and they make sure there's enough room per family. It is a misconception that these homes are free. These homes are not free. They are non-profit, and they have no interest loans to families. It makes it affordable. The good thing about these funds is when you pay your mortgage, all you're doing is you're recycling those funds to help other families. A good point about Habitat for Humanity is it's labor and material free. Every person who gets a home, who's a future home buyer, is required to put in sweat equity. What that sweat equity means is they have to contribute 300 to 500 hours of their time, not only on their homes, but on the homes of other future homeowners. How can you help? There's a petition called the Habitat for Humanity House Petition. The Obama administration right now is trying to figure out a way to alleviate poverty in the U.S. That's where we come in. Sign the petition. The petition says that America has commitment to the development of communities, development of homes, development for the future. Tell Congress to fund housing initiatives. The money has to come from somewhere. The National Trust Fund and Capital Magnet Fund, along with grants, will make it possible for the Habitat for Humanity to continue to raise funds to build homes, to rehab homes, to make it possible for you or your neighbors to one day own a home. You can also donate your time and your money. Weekends, a couple hours a day. If you don't have the time, you can donate money. You can donate monthly, or you can donate in one lump sum. Donations don't stop at money and time. Donate resources. You made some renovations on your house, you got some extra plywood, you got some extra hammer and nails, donate it. Every little bit helps. We as a nation cannot afford to let our neighbors and our friends go homeless. We cannot afford to have a little boy next door with no running water. For every family that cannot afford a home with for every family that cannot afford adequate homes, there's a child that's being robbed of their future. Hebrews 13 and 16 says, "Do not neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God." We all want to please God, don't we? Let's help our neighbors. Let's help our community. Show what you can do. Make a commitment. Make a commitment to help others.